Hi everyone, my name is Seana and I am back kinda further into the future. I've been doing a lot and I've got a lot upcoming, but I wanted to document fresh out of what I've been doing because I think it's pretty remarkable and life-changing in light of April's madness, billing, whatever, legal tyranny against trans people in the UK at least, and worldwide, but we won't get into that today. So I just wanted to quickly share that I went to rehab as a trans woman, as a Bengali trans woman that is an alcoholic and a chick with a dick. I went to rehab. If you believe that, then yo stupid. I think rehab is like where people get sectioned off and get treated badly. But no, I actually went to a wellness, spiritual, awakening, hippy dippy, very, very one with the earth, tranquil centre in Gloucester, in the little Forest of Dean. It's called the Asha Centre. And it was a remarkably life-changing and beautiful experience for trans and non-binary people in light of what happened in April, just to get away and block out the noise of the world. And going into it, so from Friday, the Friday just gone, I think it was, I don't know, just before Birmingham Pride, I had gone out in London and partied hard, had barely any sleep, then went out on Saturday, partied hard, had barely any sleep, and met a fine gentleman. And then Sunday, partied hard, barely any sleep. And then from Monday, I had to get my ass to the Asha Centre with barely any sleep, hungover to fuck, and wanting to fall into a black hole. I basically, which was an ongoing theme, I basically felt like Lindsay Lohan, who did crack cocaine 10, 11, 12 times, that meme, when she's on the Oprah thingy. And yeah, I felt like that going into rehab, as well as like Wild Child with Emma Roberts, where she's going off to boarding school because she's wild and she's been sent there by her parents. I felt like that. I literally did feel like I was going to rehab, but not rehab. It came at a beautiful, amazing time. My worries going into it was, one, I felt like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what to expect because I just signed up to it. I didn't look into it. And I thought once I got there, oh my gosh, like, what is the catch? As I'm sure other people, which they have confirmed later on that they thought this too, that it was giving Midsummer vibes, like Cannibal Cult. It was giving like, I don't know, like Get Out vibes from the way it looked from the outside, like a rich white woman mansion, tranquility, very, very beautiful, like basically Midsummer. But I'm here to say that it's not quite Midsummer. It's just very beautiful, and the people I met there have been just amazing. Yeah, this video doesn't really have a purpose other than saying, get yourself to a wellness center. I had a lot of like preconceived notions and my own judgments of like what this hippie bullshit means. I end up going there and there's a person called Mud. There's a person called Morningstar. There's a person called Dragonfire or Dragonflame or something dragon. And I was like, okay, that's my judgment. That's my problem. Because we ended up all being very kumbaya, very this, very that. And it did heal something inside of me. And it wasn't about trans. And we all felt welcome. We all gelled well together. And trans wasn't an issue, a topic of discussion. Politics wasn't brought up. We could just be, especially in light of what happened in April. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. And we would do meditation. We would do shamanic, sham something drumming, like just the most wellness and spiritual things you can think of. It was really truly beautiful and an experience I will never forget, and hopefully there's a part 2. We all have created a little group chat to like stay in touch, and like my days were so structured, my everything was so structured. And a little tidbit is that anyone could do a workshop. I ain't got no like real talent, and I ended up doing musical chairs on the one day and then hide and fucking seek on the next day, because my inner child wanted that, and I love playing games that I loved as a kid. Why not do that as an adult? And everyone, because we all had written little booklets for each other, like everyone how they felt about everyone, and everyone, or majority of people, were like, thank you for doing hide and seek. It literally brought everyone together, and it was one of their, if not their highlight of their time there, and I led it, and I have no regrets. It was so good, and my inner child was screaming with happiness. One of the best compliments I had ever gotten was during lockdown. I had thought to myself, would it be interesting to like seek out therapy just to see like if my noggin is nogginging, if I actually am doing okay, because for a long time I always thought I was doing okay, but am I really? From a professional's opinion, I seek out a professional, which costs a pretty penny. Love you, Diane, wherever you are. And it was an amazing experience. I only had 2, if not 3, but I think 2 sessions. And why I only had 2 sessions was getting to know the therapist on the first session and then unpacking everything of my life. And by the second or third session, she was like, Seana, you do not need therapy. You are doing all the toolkits that we do professionally. You might not know the names, but you are doing this. This is why you are the way you are. So I'd be scamming you out of your money if you kept seeing me, but you're good, you're fine. She did teach me like a few other toolkits that I can have to my toolbox, but for the most part, I'm fine. I think everyone definitely needs to look after their inner child, do a lot of wellness, whether that's going to a retreat or seek out therapy, especially if you are troubled or having a hard time. Or if you're not, it's always still good to seek out a professional opinion just to have an unbiased perspective and advice. So yeah, I went to rehab and I made it out alive because I thought it was a cannibal cult. And yeah, I was literally Lindsay Lohan vibes going into it in her peak mischievous era. And yeah, my inner child has been screaming with happiness. I've met great people. I literally was in a fairy tale. I did not want it to end. I was so upset yesterday when I had to go back home. And yeah, friends for life I have met, and no real point about this video other than I'm here and I look pretty and I went to rehab. So thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram, you know the jazz. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on TikTok, Seana_Momsen, and I do a spicy site, so effiedelray.uk. Let me know what you want to watch next, and thank you for listening.